All right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back everyone to the third and final slot of our virtual Ibadah Camp today. Do to remind all of you to click the link in the chat box to fill in your attendance for today's program. And to those who are watching live from YouTube, you may wait for the link in the comment section on the right side. So yeah, just wait for it. I know it's the in the evening right now. I know some of us are really quite sleepy, moody. So you may get a cup of coffee, go grab some snacks, chill out and bear with us just for a 1.5 hour more for us to gain some new knowledge and new experience from our next and final speaker. So without further ado, let us continue our virtual camp with the third session entitled Mo'izatul Hasanah. Sounds Arabic, don't you think, Janani?
Yes, and I really can't wait to know what is behind those meaning of the words just now.
Yeah, me too. So without further ado, I would like to invite Ustazah Tuan Nur Shazli Tuan Muda as one of our fine lecturers in the IIUM to bestow upon us what is the hidden meaning behind the Mu'izatul Hasanah. Ya Ustazah, are you ready? Yes, you are. Tafadhal mashkura Ustazah. The floor is yours.
All right, wait. All right. I'm so sorry because I'm using two devices. All right, because I'm going to. I really love to draw this, and then to scratch and everywhere, but. Somehow I can do this this afternoon. I don't know what happened to my connection because this is quite problematic at this moment, but I truly hope that it will be just okay for our session, the final session, as what you mentioned just now for our Ibadah Camp today, inshallah. So Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahil awwal wa akhiru. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. My dear sisters and brothers. Okay, so as what being given, the assignment that be given to Madam, so I have to introduce myself first. My name is Madam Tuan Nur Shazmi binti Tuan Muda, and I am from IRK department CFS IIUM Gambang. So I'm not that sure. Okay, Danan Hazmi and Janani. So this Ibadah Camp, this batch is for which course? Can I know?
So the first session is for the Allied Health Sciences, Biosciences, Physics, and Nursing courses.
Right. Okay, good. Thank you. So they are among the bright student, the very good one, inshallah, isn't it? So how about you, Dani Hazmi and Janani? You are from which course?
For me, I'm from the English for International Communication program.
All right. And then you, Janani?
I'm from the Human Sciences program.
Inshallah, very good. So that's why you are really good in communication, right? The part of speaking and whatnot. Okay, so this is actually the third, as what you mentioned just now, the third session. So everyone is really looking forward to it. But you have to know that, my dear sisters and brothers, I really hope that some of you are among my students. I also teach these courses as well. Okay, so it's really important, to highlight about this is actually the given or the special gift by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. You are having the Ibadah Camp via online. Could you imagine? So you, despite of your sleepiness, okay, you might be saying like, Allah, Ibadah Camp after 2 p.m. Seriously, it's like you are having understanding Islam 1 or 2 after 2 p.m. Are you saying understanding Islam 1 and 2 or 2, Janani and Dani Hazmi? This semester?
Yeah, we're taking.
Okay. How do you feel when you are having the discussion about Islam, Iman, and Ihsan at 2 p.m.?
For me, I'm quite the morning person, and for us to, have a lecture about factual stories on the evening. It's
Yeah,
quite
same,
sleepy
because
sometimes.
I feel you. Yeah. It's actually the very common situation, you know. I was also in your shoe before. Okay. I was a student also. And it's actually very, very common lah to feel the sleepiness. We are not that perfect kan. Macam mana kita nak, kadang-kadang sometimes, as you mentioned, you are the very morning person, the Fajar fighter, so on and so forth. Alhamdulillah. But due to certain time and running all the time, we might feel quite tired, you know, even though this is actually the virtual one. Okay, because you have to focus on the screen all the time, so on and so forth, isn't it? But inshallah, we have to know that this is a great blessing by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. This is the right tool, the right medium for you to have this session. All right. So via online Ibadah Camp. Okay. Before this, I also joined, or usually I participated in this Ibadah Camp since before, and then I really miss the situation that we are having the physical meeting for Ibadah Camp. Okay, we can see, you know, I cannot say that I can evaluate your ibadah level or whatnot, but this is actually we can engage, you know, the discussion. Well, I can know how did you may understand about our discussion or not. But inshallah, I truly hope that even this is actually the virtual session, but still we can discuss exactly like we are having the physical meeting. Okay, so as I've been given the title of Mau'izatul Hasanah. Okay, so my dear sisters and brothers, okay, I want to ask you first, what do you think when the first your first opinion, your first expectation when you read the title, the session 3, Mau'izatul Hasanah? Anyone could write down in the chat box, or you can say something who are actually joining the Zoom session, inshallah.
Participants, you may unmute your mic if you prefer to speak up rather than typing up.
I prefer the two-way communication, please, Ibadah Camp. By the way, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
All right, good.
Slides.
So, my dear sisters and brothers, please, Daniel Hazmi, if they are not answering, you have to answer it.
All right.
Okay.
So,
what do you know about Al-Mau'izatul Hasanah? Mau'izatul Hasanah.
To be honest, I've left Arabic like 5 years and I've been studying other languages. So I just give a rough idea lah. What I think about Mau'izatul Hasanah is something to do with Mau'izatul and Hasanah lah, something good with ourselves that relates to our spiritual beings.
Yeah, exactly. Very good. Very good. Pre-understanding is good. Do you love Arabic, by the way?
Yes, I do love Arabic.
Alhamdulillah, very good. Okay, how about Janani?
actually, to be honest, yeah, when I heard this word, like, cannot kind of, yeah, man. So I think we should move on. Maybe get a better explanation from Ustazah itself.
All right, good. So thank you, my dear sisters and brothers. I know some of you already know what is actually the meaning of Mau'izatul Hasanah. All right, because of this is actually also the common term. All right, I'm so sorry. I can't blur the the background. The background is so. I'm going to try my best because you might be distracted lah. Why I can't do this?
Madam, are you using your iPad or MacBook?
No, I'm using my laptop.
If you use your laptop, you can go to the icon, stop a video session with the icon. There's a mini arrow. You just click that and click choose virtual background.
Okay, virtual background. Okay, I'm already here, but there are two. Your device does not support virtual background. Seriously, my laptop already old. Okay, it's okay, Tan. Don't be distracted with my gempak juga tajuk ni. I'm reading the chat. Gempak juga tajuk ni. What do you mean by gempak, my dear brother? Okay. So basically, I'm running myself from my kids. You know, my kids actually in front. So I got no helper today. I'm so sorry kalau tiba-tiba ada curiosity ke yang datang ke, ada 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 gempa bumi yang datang ke. I'm so sorry about that. We have to anticipate that kind of situation lah, because I'm basically a mother of 4 and then this is weekend kan. Okay, so coming back to our discussion just now, Mau'izatil Hasanah. I really love this topic basically. So Mau'izatil Hasanah is something that related to, we can say as exemplary, the very good example, the very good instance that we can, it's kind of living proof, okay? Living proof that everybody will look up into something. For example, my dear sisters and brothers, I know, okay, for example, Janani, Daniel, Hazmi, you might be really familiar with your social media, kan? Okay, you ada your IG, you ada you punya Twitter or not, okay, TikTok, okay. So, and most of you will be having this kind of feeling like you love to be followed, kan? Oh, ramai follower lah. Oh, there are huge followers today lah. Tiba-tiba the new followers. You will feel like, oh, you feel macam ada one special passion in your heart kan, ada follower, and you love to follow somebody as well. Betul tak? It's very common kan, kita punya fitrah kan. That's why the youth especially, they are having their own role model. They are having their own idol, so on and so forth. So Al-Mau'izat Hasanah also something that related to this. Al-Mau'izah, izah came from the word izah. All right. So we go to the next slide. Okay, all right. So this is for Ibadah Camp, Sem 1, 21-22. All right. Me myself, my dear Shazni, basically, usually my sisters and brother will call me Madam Shazni lah. All right. So, okay, this ayah, all right. This is very familiar ayah. Okay, this is for Surah An-Nahl. Allah mentioned, A'udzubillahi minasyaitanir rajim, ud'u ila sabili rabbika bil hikmah. Okay, Allah mentioned about the first thing, hikmah first. Wal mau'izatil hasanah. Our topic today, mau'izatil hasanah. Alah, tak best ni minum ke contoh-contoh, you know. I already, okay. And then, wajadilhum billati hiya ahsan. So we can see there are 3 main points that being highlighted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then Allah mentioned, Inna rabbaka huwa a'lamu biman dhalla an sabilihi wa huwa a'lamu bil muhtadi. So Allah mentioned, this is about the 3 methods, how you are inviting others to follow you. Just now mentioned about the follower, you being followed, you love to follow, isn't it? So Allah mentioned that if you are trying your best to this is from the word of da'ah, to invite, to ask people to follow you, ud'u ila sabili rabbika, to follow you to the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, meaning to say it's da'wah lah. Alright. And da'wah is actually not necessarily to, oh, sisters and brothers, we have to perform our tahajjud prayer. It's not as, you know, as hectic as that. It's as simple as, my dear sister, don't waste our time. Ataupun, alah, tak payahlah kita cakap benda-benda yang tak certain macam ni. Tak payahlah kita membawa. This is also one of the good dakwah, isn't it? As simple as that. Or, oh, please stop to spread the fake news. Simple je macam tu. Alright. Also about dakwah as what we meant by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in his hadith. He said like, "Man qala la ilaha illallah fahuwa da'i." Siapa yang sebut perkataan ataupun kalimah la ilaha illallah, and he is actually a da'i. Alright. Nak jadi da'i, nak jadi pendakwah, it's not necessarily that you have to khatam, you know, 30 books of hadith. It's not necessarily. And you are always uttering the kalimah syahadah la ilaha illallah kan, in the calling of prayer azan. Ada juga perkataan la ilaha illallah, isn't it? In your tahiyat recitation ada juga perkataan itu, isn't it? So we all of us are actually the preacher or the da'i, dakwah lah. Semua orang kita ni layak, ataupun we are carrying out the role as da'i. So macam mana nak jadi da'i? How to reach your mad'u? The mad'u is actually the group of people yang kita nak sampai, yang kita nak reach. kita nak sampaikan message ni kepada siapa? If you blast the message contohnya kan, you ada announcement tu, to blast, you will be knowing your focus group kan. Nak forward kepada group mana? Kita kena tahu kan kita punya mind on. So Allah said that bil hikmah yang pertama ni, the first and foremost, you have to implement with wisdom. Bil hikmah. Wal mau'izati hasanah, number 2. Alright, what is actually mau'izatil hasanah? The good example. Alright? Wajadilhum billati hiya ahsan. The third one, you have to argue if you are about to debate. If you are about to argue, so for example, your follower, they love to argue with you. Why must be this A? Why not this B, for example? Okay, if happen to us this kind of argument, we have to deal in a very good way, in a very good manner. It's not like necessarily like you have to be rebellious, you have to be very hot-tempered, so on and so forth. Inna rabbaka huwa a'lamu biman dhalla an sabilihi. Alright, so here is actually the meaning, invite to the way of your Lord with wisdom and good instruction. Alright, so mau'izati hasanah is actually, it will be very perfect. You will be offering the very good instruction or example, and I'll give you them in a way that is best. Indeed, your Lord is most knowing of what has strayed from his way, and he is most knowing of who is rightly guided. So this is how Allah already guided us to invite the people. For example, as simple as okay, you have your best friend, okay, you have your own best friend and you really love her, but happen to your best friend, she observed her aura but not in the right way. She wears the hijab, so on and so forth, but not properly fulfill the requirement as what remembered by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala in Surah An-Nur, for example. Tak cukup sifat lah. So how is actually to reach her? What is actually the best method? Because sometimes we do know the most hardest person yang kita nak reach adalah orang yang dekat dengan kita, isn't it? Best friend. Kadang-kadang you akan fikir macam, how if I be rejected kan? Tiba-tiba tak nak kawan jana ni, for example, you punya best friend, you memang sayang saya, you tak ada kawan lain pun. Tiba-tiba nanti kalau you reach, you macam, if I advise her, unfriend ko, how if she block me? Block dekat WhatsApp lah, dekat tak boleh nak tengok lah, lama tak boleh nak tengok dah story dia ni, for example. So you might be having that feeling kan? So this is what we meant by Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. You must be having your own way ataupun methods. Alright. So, okay, wait, medium need to read. Alright, okay. So, and then, okay, this is in the Malay version. Sesungguhnya Tuhanmu dialah yang lebih mengetahui tentang siapa yang tersesat dan sakit daripada jalannya, dan dialah yang lebih mengetahui orang-orang yang mendapat petunjuk. Yes, sometimes if you realize nowadays especially this present day, we are living in quite critical era with this kind of pandemic, and also it's not only about the pandemic lah, but this is actually, we do know that we are about to end our phase of life. Alright, it's beyond, towards the Yaumul Qiyamah, okay? So among the signs, the minor sign, the major sign, and I bet one of you already discussed in Al-Azani Islam before about pillars of Iman, believe in Yaumul Akhirah. Okay. So so many controversy happen or exist, so many problem here and there, so on and so forth. And the situation quite hectic kan, semua orang macam, you might be affected, you might be having this kind of conflict, so on and so forth. Okay, so somebody might be disguising tau, dia macam boleh pretend. For example, okay, I just take the example of this pandemic kan, ada pihak yang anti-vaksin kan, anti-vaksin, they can just influence others to believe that vaccine is actually something that really bad, something that distorting our religion. Alright, they disregard what being permitted by our mufti, for example. This is actually our one of ijtihad. Everyone is doing our own ijtihad kan, and this is one of the ikhtiyar. Tapi how they manipulate others? Oh no, vaccine is this and this. So even this kind of people might be manipulating manipulating others kan, sampai dia ada, it's kind of the religion kan, religion yang menentang anti-vaksin. Okay, orang-orang yang ambil vaksin ni, they are not having the God fear. Diorang tak ada takwa, diorang tak takutkan Allah, diorang takutkan COVID-19 as to the extent. Saya macam tu sekali diorang boleh momokkan tentang vaksin dan whatnot, sedangkan this is actually only one of the alternative. We have to take care not only ourselves, but we have to take care of the jama'i all together, isn't it? We can't leave this world to be that kind of selfish. It's not one of the mau'izatil hasanah. Okay, so indeed, even though this kind of people might be manipulating or might be conquering the community, but Allah really knows who is right, who is being guided, need to be guided or not. Okay, so next, all right. So the reflection on the verse. Okay, so as what I said just now is actually how Allah highlight about the three methods, how to reach the people, isn't it? As simple as you are having your roommate, you have having your classmate, and you might be seeing some of your friends not properly observe the regular prayer. How you are going to reach? Daniel Hazmi, give me the example. How you can reach your best friend in order to observe the 5 regular prayer.
As for me, as a male, and also as a friend, and also as the Khalifah, so-called Khalifah from sent by Allah as a messenger, like the way I would approach the person is basically, number one, I would not directly kata, brother, let's go pray. Salah lah you tak pray ni tak. It will be, for some people it may work, but in the long run it would not, because I have also been through this sort of da'wah before. So the first thing I would do is like, go and approach him or her, and then pat their back and ask him, are you okay? What are you doing? How are you? Get to know the person first. Get the engagement, get to, the connection first. And then after little by little, get to know him or her. And then we ajak him by solat. As simple as, brother, it's 3:30 already. I know we have a lot of assignments, but how about we take a short break and we perform prayer jama'ah? Something like that lah, I will do.
Yes, exactly. You have to create the excitement. Well, brother, how if we go prayer together? And then we can have some coffee afterwards. Something that it will offer you, it will offer him the excitement. Oh, best juga solat jemaah. Lepas tu boleh kopi-kopi. It's not macam, macam stressnya dalam soft dan sebagainya, kan, isn't it? Exactly. Okay, so this is actually one of the guidelines as what be given by Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala lah. Okay, I want to show you this video. Hopefully it will work. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Please watch properly and try to digest something.
Long ago, there lived a wise king who ruled over a kingdom in which some of the people believed in Allah and some did not. To resolve the argument once and for all, the wise king arranged for a debate between the believers in God and the non-believers. When the time arrived for the great debate, the people representing the non-believers arrived at the court. But a wise old man who was going to represent the believers did not show up. Everyone waited and waited, but the old man still did not come. The non-believers said that he would not turn up because he had no arguments for his belief in God. At last, the wise old man arrived. Everyone wanted to know why he was so late. So the king asked him,
sorry. Ya Allah. Alamak, sorry. Saya made a skip. Apa yang tadi? Alamak, sorry.
It's okay, madam, lumrah. ODL.
Lagi sekali lah.
long ago, there lived a wise king who ruled over a kingdom in which some of the people believed in Allah and some did not. To resolve the argument once and for all, the wise king arranged for a debate between the believers in God and the non-believers. When the time arrived for the great debate, the people representing the non-believers arrived at the court. But a wise old man who was going to represent the believers did not show up. Everyone waited and waited, but the old man still did not come. The non-believers said that he would not turn up because he had no arguments for his belief in God. At last, the wise old man arrived. Everyone wanted to know why he was so late. So the king asked him to explain the reason for his delay. The man explained that he had left home in time, but in order to get to the king's court, he had to cross a river. When he reached the river, there was no boat to cross. Everyone in the court listened attentively. The man continued with his story. He then told everyone that while he was waiting for a boat, some planks of wood and some nails suddenly started coming out of the water by themselves and floating around. Then just by coincidence, the pieces of wood moved into just the right position, and the nails also went into the wood in just the perfect places until a boat formed all by itself. But it took a while for this boat to make itself, and the old man had to wait, so he was late. All the non-believers were very angry and called the old man a liar. The wise old man asked the non-believers why they did not believe his story of the boat being made by itself, why they wanted everyone to believe that this whole world and everything in it has been made by itself, since they did not believe in Allah as the Creator. None of the non-believers could answer the wise old man, and so the believers in Allah ended up winning the debate.
All right, so my dear sisters and brothers, what do you have from this video? You can just jot down in the chat box, eh? Takkanlah all the session jangan ni dengan ni je nak kena jawab kan? And Dani Hazmi, you are also viewing from the YouTube, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
can you just rate if there is any comment ke ataupun question or whatnot, okay?
Okay, I'll make sure of it.
Okay, yes, anything. What did you have from the video shared just now? Might want to have your opinion or your understanding. Faham tak sebenarnya video tu pasal apa? Nampak macam alam medium story budak-budak? Yes, because the very simple ataupun the precious punya ajaran tu biasanya daripada the very basic punya level sebenarnya. Okay? So, anything that you can?
Madam, we have one reply here from Aisha Sufi. She said that we should not ignore the truth.
You should not ignore the truth. Exactly. Very good. Very good. Yes. Any other opinion? You got right, but madam want to have in another sense. It's totally relate with our topic more. Izatul Hasanah. Please.
Don't be shy. You may just leave it in the chat box or you.
Yeah, because we just having a very leisure session. Dengan madam memang leisure sangat. It's just like having the chit chatting. This is not class kan? yang YouTube tu dekat, alright. Okay. Okay.
From YouTube, you may wait for the
Right, nobody is jotting down. I need at least 2 or 3 command in the YouTube or in the Zoom. If not, okay. In doing dakwah, we should accept others' opinion. Exactly, very good. Aisha Sufi je ni. How about the rest? How many supposed potential participant of ours? Danny Hazmi today?
Supposed
For
to
this
be everyone plus minus 500 to 600 candidates. Supposed to be.
Come on, 500. Please. Please, sister, please, brother. If not, I'm not going to move on. Cepat, madam nak. At least ada 1 to 2 yang exactly lain daripada. Alright, Hafizi. The old guy is called a liar after he told his story, but they believe the whole world is created with no proof. Exactly. Very good. Inshallah, you can capture the message. Very good. Thank you, brother. All right. Another one, at least. Another one, please. Sorry, my monster already here. Just get rid of the. Just ignore.
Okay. Any more people who wants to share the response? It's okay. There's no right or wrong. We are
Yes,
discussing.
exactly. Is the online session, we have to be that responsive. Same as like when you are in class, you should be offering. You should put your own turn on the adab, because this is actually like you are having the physical. When somebody is asking you, you have to say something. Like can respond, being responsive. Okay, nobody. Chatbot Zoom pun tak ada ni. Are you here? Are you really in the session?
Madam, there's one after by Nur Husna Alia.
All right, in?
Chat box in Zoom.
All right, in Zoom. All right, wait. In Zoom. All right, we should give a good example of that the person we want to guide can accept what we want to deliver. Yes, exactly. If you can see, if you can understand from the clip just now, is about how the old man kan he claimed to be a liar because of he's actually proving about the truth through some of the example. Perasan tak? Apa yang dia orang buat? Apa yang dia buat sebenarnya? Dia nak tunjukkan bahawa it's about God, kan? Kan? God tu, it won't just be as simple as yang ditunjuk dalam tu lah, kan? But all the people, they believe in that way. Dia nak kata bahawa that's totally wrong. Tapi bila mana disampaikan, because semua orang sebenarnya dapat digest well. Oh, betul lah kenapa dia tunjuk. Tapi most of them yang claim he was a liar, they were in the denial. So dah nampak dah fact dia. It's actually a proof. Isn't it? So this is what we have to to practice on about more in Suratul Hasanah. For example, when somebody, your friend of non-Muslim will be asking you, okay, how can you prove about God? I can see God. Alright? So this is a very common question, okay? Tak nampak God. Okay. So it seems like you are saying that, oh, I'm stressed. I'm really stressed. So where is your stress? Nampak tak kat mana stress? You are feeling kan? Rasa je stress. Alamak, rasa stress lah. Tapi kat mana stress tu? Rasa marah lah. I'm not at my highest peak of anger. Rasa marah sangat ni. Ya Allah, aku memang tengah marah. Gigi marah. But what is actually the feeling of marah? Kat mana sebenarnya marah tu? Nampak? So we need to say, we have to understand that not everything that we have to observe by our own vision. Tapi cara disampaikan benda tu in a very good way, in a very good sense lah sebenarnya, kan? Because as we mentioned, like Prophet Muhammad SAW in reaching our follower, in reaching our mad'u, kan, untuk kita sampaikan message kepada orang yang menerima, we have to suit with their own capacity. For example, if you are calling this group of youngster untuk pergi ke masjid, you have to know their language. Kita tahu lah dia orang punya language, kan? Tak boleh kita nak nasihat dia orang dengan cara orang adult dan sebagainya, kan? So this is actually one of the Mau'izatil Hasanah. Okay, so the story of Luqman the Wise, this is really nice as well, very awesome. If you know about Luqman in Quran, there is actually one of the surah named Surah Luqman. Who is actually Luqman? Somebody might be saying, adalah beberapa pendapat yang mengatakan bahawa Luqman ini among prophet ataupun anbiya. Ada juga yang kata no, he was just a wise man. Alright, that's why we call Luqman the wise. But if you really ponder the Surah Luqman, it is actually really awesome. The message in Surah Luqman as what been portrayed by Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala are actually eye-catching tau. Memang bukan eye-catching je. It's really with our every angle of life. Okay. let's have it first.
Luqman al-Hakim, he is not a prophet, he is not a messenger, but he is a righteous, upright, pious man that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in the Quran al-Kareem, that Allah named an entire surah after his name. And they say that Luqman, he was born during the time of Dawood alayhi salam. And he also lived during the time of the reign of Sulaiman, the son of Dawood alayhi salam. And they say that Luqman al-Hakim was born in the southern part of Egypt during the time and the kingdom of Dawood alayhi salam. He moved towards Palestine and he sought knowledge from Dawood, then from Sulaiman, and he was a wise man that people will resort to and seek knowledge from. Some of the scholars say he was a slave and his master used to look down at him. His master used to mistreat him.
Ustazah, if you mute and the video also will be muted.
Oh, okay.
He
Sorry.
slaughtered the sheep and then he brought back to his master the tongue and the heart. So his master was amazed and he said to him, please explain, how do you reconcile the two? So Luqman al-Hakim responded and he said, how beautiful the tongue and the heart can be, and how bad and evil the heart and the tongue can be. The heart and the tongue are the most beautiful parts in you, and the heart and the tongue can be the worst parts in you. It's with this heart and this tongue that you could win people over, with this heart and this tongue that you could turn people away from you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala praised him in the Quran al-Kareem because of his wisdom, understanding things the way they should be understood. And then we commanded him to thank Allah Azza wa Jal for granting him wisdom. And whoever thanks Allah is only thanking Allah Azza wa Jal for the benefit of himself. Then Allah Azza wa Jal, he speaks about that moment that Luqman al-Hakim tells and gives an advice to his young son, and he says to him, oh my son, do not ascribe partners to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Indeed, ascribing partners to Allah Azza wa Jal is extreme injustice. Oh my son, imagine if there is a weight of an atom seed or a weight of a mustard seed, and that mustard seed was in a rock on the surface of this earth or in the heavens, now for a fact that Allah Azza wa Jal knows where it is, and now that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can see it. In other words, Allah Azza wa Jal can see you wherever you are, at whatever place you are in or out. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can see you. Don't think you could hide away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah knows what we do. Allah knows what we say. Allah knows every action that we take. Allah can see us. Allah can watch us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows of everything that we do. This is the advice that Luqman gave. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can see everything. Allah can hear everything. And Allah knows of everything. Then the third advice is now when he says to him, oh my son, establish the prayers. He did not say to him, pray. He said, establish prayers in your life. When you pray because you have to pray, and you pray because you feel like it's an obligation upon you, or you pray just for the sake of lifting the responsibility of your shoulder. But when you establish the prayers, you lift the prayers even though you're outside the prayers. Because what's the main purpose of praying? That you become conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you say Allahu Akbar and you read the Fatiha and you make ruku' and you make sujood, during that process, the only thing that's in your mind, or the only thing that you try to have in your mind, is that you are standing before Allah, so you only want to think righteous. When you are praying, you try and connect to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even though most of us, And the vast majority of times, we're not even devoting in our prayers. We're not even concentrating in our prayers. The prayer is not about the 3 or 4 minutes that you put to pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you make those movements.
All right, my dear sisters and brothers. Okay, the video is actually quite long. So I want to ask you what you got from this sharing about Luqmanul Hakim or Luqman the Wise. If we manifest or if we ponder the content just now, the first command that Luqman gave to his own son. Okay, basically in Surah Luqman, there are a few advices from Luqman al-Hakim to his son. Okay, the first and foremost is about the first command. The first advice is about who knows? Please jot down in the chat box, please. Apa yang Luqman cakap mula-mula dulu nak masa dinasihatkan anaknya? And Luqman in the very beginning just now, some said yang Luqman ini adalah antara slave, hamba. Ada yang kata because the timeline together with Prophet Daud alaihi salam. So Luqman ni pergi seek knowledge from Prophet Daud as well as Prophet Sulaiman alaihi salam. So it's actually very familiar lah, kita kata sebagai macam orang yang orang-orang kenal lah. Dia memang glamour lah bila sebut nama Luqman. Oh, Luqman al-Hakim. Okay, yang memang yang bijak. Okay, so okay, the ruler kan, the ruler command Luqman to find the very good part lah. Okay, so what he presented. Dia bagi apa bila diminta part of the animal tu? Apa yang orang bagi? Apa yang Luqman bagi? Tongue and heart, Masya Allah. Alright, sheep's heart and tongue, exactly. And when the ruler asked to bring the worst part of the sheep, what he brought? Yes, exactly the same part as well. Sama juga. Okay, bila minta benda yang baik, diberikan tongue and heart. Bila minta benda yang buruk pun sama, tongue and heart. So meaning to say sangatlah deep sebenarnya apa yang Luqman bawakan. And tongue and heart, both of them are working in making somebody's good or displeasing someone. Dia boleh menyebabkan akan jadi weapon yang berbahaya ataupun asset untuk generate ataupun access kepada Allah Subhanahu wa taala. As simple as that. Okay, so this is among Mau'izatul Hasanah. Simple je Luqman ni bawa content kan? Nampak tak? Dia tak adalah macam nak kena bring the very huge punya, dia tak ada guna method yang tak ada guna method yang complicated, so on and so forth. Alright, so among the advices be given to his son kan, the first one for sure not to ascribe Allah with any partner, about the syirik lah. So it's actually highlighting about the sense ataupun the concept of Tauhidullah, to maintain the unity of Allah, Allah's oneness, Tauhid lah kan yang pertamanya. And then the most interesting part, bila mana Luqman ni dia bagi tahu anak dia apa tau. Okay, dia bagi tahu establish the prayer. Nampak tak? Dia tak cakap perform the prayer. How the word is actually very influential to deliver the message. Nampak tak betapa pemilihan perkataan itu sendiri boleh memberikan efek kepada content. Same goes lah bila mana you buat, okay, you love to do the live sharing kan, live, you buat story, you buat apa lagi, TikTok ke, Reels, apa lagi yang you all sekarang buat, you nak jadi YouTuber lah, so and so forth kan. So the content is really important. Ada tak nak buat, okay aku nak buat live ni kan, hi everybody, alah, okay, bayangkan you tengok live tu kan, madam buat live lah, hai assalamualaikum, sebenarnya I tak ada apa pun nak cakap hari ni, saja je nak buat live hari ni. Ada ke orang yang nak stay dalam live tu? Kalau ada macam dia kata, kenapa kau buang masa sangat ni, tak payahlah tengok dia ni, Syazmi punya tak ada content lah. For example, same goes like Reels, TikTok ke apa kan, all of those medium sebenarnya, as for me lah, if you ask madam kan, madam okay ke nak pakai TikTok, madam okay ke nak pakai Reels, yeah, as you wish, apa-apa pun you can just offer that benefit, you can extend the goodness, no matter what medium is. Orang kata TikTok ni untuk orang berlagu menari je dan sebagainya, no, it's not actually the format. Kita yang memformatkan dia, isn't it? You boleh buat your own Reels dengan, okay, you nak cerita tentang tajwid for example, ataupun as simple as you want to show any kind of recipe, because this is actually among the sharing, the good sharing the knowledge juga kan sebenarnya. So this is a part of mau'izatul hasanah. Dia bukan benda yang kita nak ajak especially pasal agama je kan. That's why entertainment is not fully bad. But the bad part is actually about the hedonism. Yang too much fanatic ni. Sampai tak solat dan sebagainya. And up to the moment kan, we realize or we can sense yang mana ada agama BTS surprisingly. Have you ever heard? Ada agama BTS.
Ya, banyak kali dengar.
Allah, la haula wala quwata illa billahil aliyyil azim. I'm not the Korean punya lover lah. Madam ni memang, madam ni outdated kot, dah tua lah kan. I'm not that sure. Tapi since my time in CFS, in my time as the undergraduate UIA kan, madam memang tak boleh nak cope. Balik-balik, cak, I nak tengok Korean, I nak tengok ni kan. I have no, paling-paling madam boleh prefer lah, Japan punya movie lah, compare dengan Korean. Tapi don't be offended, madam tak adalah kata tak bagus sebab Korea punya cerita sebenarnya banyak sangat dia punya message. Okay, for example, about believe in Allah, believe in malaikah. Okay, believe in Allah for sure lah, dia right not believing in Allah kan. Tapi in their movie kan, ada juga sense-sense part-part yang mana dia ada tunjuk tentang belief in angel, but in their dimension. Nampak tak? So sebenarnya they are having this kind of idea. Same goes to the final day. Diorang percaya memang final day tu akan berlaku, but they just translate into their interpretation. Sebab tu lah kadang-kadang nampak dalam cerita kan, if Mary tengok juga, okay, ada cerita yang tunjuk angel pakai coat warna hitam, boleh berbicara dengan manusia dan sebagainya kan. So as for me, okay, I really love Marvel punya story. Nampak orang kata, alah madam ni apa entah. Memang nampak macam futuristik, mengarut dan sebagainya kan. Tapi if you realise kan, if you betul-betul faham, dia memang sangat, dia ada very good sense yang mana dia percaya tentang yaumul kiamat sebenarnya. The final day. Ada Asgard yang jaga kan pintu tu dan sebagainya. Nampak tak? Black Panther, sedihnya Black Panther dah tak ada. Okay. Black Panther punya cerita really, madam sama masuk, dulu tak ada COVID-19 kan, boleh pergi movie, cinema kan. Dah lah tengok dekat movie dengan my husband kan, kita pergi dating, tinggal anak-anak pergi tengok cerita tu kan, okay, seronok. And then I'm pergi MBO yang ada apa nama ni, ada effect tu, memang nak jatuh sebab I really love this, you know. Dah lah memang dia nampak, nampaklah cinematography dia memang hebat lah kan. Nak katanya value dia, macam mana dia orang spread the love among the brother, dia semaksudnya not every entertainment tu bad. And diorang ada cara ni, mau'izatul hasanah sebenarnya dalam movie-movie ni. Cuma yang bad ni fanatik. Agama BTS too fanatik, terlalu taksub sangat. As what happened kan, okay, for example, recently hari tu lah yang ada BTS punya McDonald kan, isn't it? Start BTS. Allah, macam ni McDonald ni penuh anywhere. Sampai ni masih macam, kenapa tu? So my husband said lah, ini kan sekarang musim BTS. Musim BTS? What's that? BTS apa je yang ada masa tu? McDonald just offer purple punya fries punya container semua tu je kan. Sampai diorang cap, simpan, ya Allah ya Tuhan Karim. So Okay je kalau you macam tak ada masalah. Tapi kalau sampai ada agama BTS, this is something that not right. It's accurate place lah, tak bagus lah sebenarnya kan. So something that we have to deal with it. So kita tak nak get rid terus lah, tak cakap movie ni tak bagus lah, drama ini tak bagus lah. And some nowadays we can see most of the song very good in delivering the message about ilahiyah, ketuhanan dan sebagainya. Walaupun lagu rap dan sebagainya kan. So we are, alhamdulillah, we are reaching into this kind of consciousness. Semua orang pun sedar kan, we are heading into the final day, alhamdulillah. Okay, so next. Media ni kalau bercakap memang macam tu lah kan. Suka sangat bercakap. Okay, and next. Apa ni dia tak nak? Okay. So Mau'izah, baru nak masuk maksud dia. Allah Akbar. Apa ni madam? Okay, Mau'izah. Wa'azah yang izwa, Aizatan advice, guidance, education, nurture and reminder. So Hasanah for sure lah, orang nak tahu dah. Hasanah apa good, beautiful, perfect. So this is about not something hidden, we should give advice and benefit to them or by using Quran. Maksudnya dia memang dia berkaitan dengan tiga konteks yang Allah bagi kita dalam ayat ni. Udung ila sabi rabbika bil hikmah. Okay. Madam ask you, what is actually hikmah, my dear sisters and brothers? Tahu tak? Duk sebutkan hikmah apa tu? And our library, IIUM, Darul Hikmah number. Apa maksud Darul Hikmah tu? Siapa tahu? What is actually wisdom means? Alright.
There's one comment here. Hikmah
Alright.
means kebijaksanaan.
Okay, yes, very good. Kebijaksanaan. Madam nak, boleh tak sama-sama bagi example? Kalau example tu tepat, Madam will be giving you treat hari ni. You nak makan apa? I transfer you the money for Grab food or whatnot. Okay? Please. Madam nak example yang cantik. What do you mean by perpustakaan? Madam, Darul Hikmah Perpustakaan IIM, yes, that is actually the name of our library. Okay. Cepat. You nak makan apa hari ni? You nak set McDonald? I will transfer according to the what set do you want. Bagi madam example. Is makam included in this? What do you mean, my dear Alice in Stayland? Main tau nama korang ni. Jual dengan nama formal. Macam tu juga yang apa, yang teks madam. Assalamualaikum madam. Dia dah tak introduce tau. Dia siapa? Profile picture pula kepo. Allah. Madam apa ni, sister ke brother ni? Lepas tu bila tengok email pula, sayang Ellie lah, benda lah. Okay. Alright. My monster is already one of the monster terlepas. Okay, lembah ilmu. Okay, wisdom, lembah ilmu. Madam nak example tau. Okay, you have to know that wisdom is quite different daripada knowledge. Knowledge is something and wisdom is another thing. Okay.
Betul.
Lagi tak? Handy group project, kemahiran berfikir. Alright, good. Someone who use good judgment. Alright. Madam nak example macam contoh lah. Dia ni sebut, okay madam, betul tak dia macam ni? A, B, contoh. Boleh tak?
Does anyone want to give a try?
Then yes, please. Most welcome. Thank you, Abang.
Madam, may I try, madam? Alamak.
I don't know apa today, so my elder son, 6 years old, will be the helper of mine. Hikmah means know how tolerant in dakwah based on the people condition, on how you to make the mad'u understand what you want to deliver. Yes, very good. Okay. Boleh tak Madam Mak satu at least comment dekat YouTube? Sebab dekat Zoom dah ada kan? Kena sama kena adil lah. Hikmah.
YouTube ramai kata dakwah.
Dakwah ni Fatin. Madam nak example tau Fatin. Contohkan okay, apa dia example-nya. Kalau Madam beritahu it's actually the answer. Okay, good. So, okay, I give you the example. What is actually, okay, when you are about to measure atau to test the function of your knife. Bayangkan ini adalah you punya knife, pisau. What is actually the best thing to cut in order to ensure your knife is functioning well? Apa dia agaknya?
Fruits, vegetables, paper, books.
I want, for example, you mentioned fruit kan? Madam nak exactly apa fruit tu?
Apple.
Apple, alright, good. Okay, not accurate. In my answer scheme lah kan, Madam ikut Madam punya answer scheme ya. Alright.
Okay. Anyone wants to give a try? Come on.
Junani, you want to try?
Means any fruit.
Yeah, anything. Madam nak yang as a contoh tadi, dan yang Hazmi sebut fruit kan, dia sebut apple. You?
Means knife kan madam, macam knife untuk potong apa.
Nak potong apa ni? Kita nak potong apa sekarang ni? Come on girl, you are good in the kitchen kan?
Fish, chicken.
Fish. Okay, alright. Ni serius ni, siapa dapat jawab mango, avocado? Bagus, very good. Sebab Daniel Hazmi pilih buah, semua orang nak cut open our block. Oh my, Masya Allah, very good you. Good. Okay, who else? Dekat YouTube tak ada pun orang try. Apa ni? Come on, grape. Sekejap, grape, you potong ke grape? Kalau madam tak potong, dia terus makan.
Itu, makan terus ke?
The best way to persuade ourselves another to do this. Masya Allah, very good. May Allah reward you accordingly, orang-orang yang jawab. Noliana Azli, nanti boleh tak text madam 013 275 5723. Ataupun tanya je lah siapa-siapa yang belajar dengan madam, minta nama madam, nanti madam transfer. You nak makan apa? Set dekat McDonald, I will pay for it. Okay?
Congratulations, Nurliana Azli.
Yes,
Congratulations.
Noliana Azli. Tomato, exactly. My answer scheme is about tomato. Masya Allah, thank you. Macam dapat ada usaha kan? Thank you. Tapi kalau madam kan, orang hantar satu coffee delivery pun madam sangat happy for that. Because this is actually about our, you have to appreciate others lah. Love yourself first and then you have to love the others. Okay, coming back to tomato just now. Kenapa tomato? Madam memang suka. Kalau orang kenal madam, memang dah akan bawakan contoh dalam kelas kan. Okay, tomato, this is because, yes, you can use any knife untuk potong tomato. But, if you are using the IKEA punya yang plastik yang kanak-kanak makan tu kan, dia boleh juga cut off the tomato finally. But it will be the juice of the tomato. Dia akan jadi memang dah soggy semua dah kan. Jadikan memang lemau, lembek dan sebagainya. That's why tomato in producing ataupun in making the very, very good cutting of tomato, you have to use the very good knife. Yang mana memang sangat tajam punya. Kalau tak, you can cut the tomato tapi dia punya cantik. Kalau you plating kan, you buat plating kan tak cantik lah. Geligi-geligi contohnya kan macam, kalau I bayar mahal, I dapat ni. Please lah, I want to report to the Grab contoh lah kan. Sebab dalam gambar lain kan, expectation. So, why tomato? Okay, tadi kita tahu nak guna ketus apa. Okay, the good knife. Tak adalah kita guna pisau roti pula kan, atau pisau mesi yang kita potong kertas dan sebagainya. Alright, and then the second thing is actually, wisdom is when you are using your knowledge in its actual ataupun accurate place. Macam tadi lah guna pisau yang, and then you know about the tomato. Tomato dia punya basic, dia punya sifat adalah soggy. Kalau you are about to make the wrap kan, ataupun salad, contoh salad lah senang kan. You wanna have it for dinner. Adakah you akan letak terus tomato tengah hari tu? Kalau boleh you nak letak terus, tapi bila you makan, the soggy ataupun jus tomato tu yang memang meresap kepada all the salad, you akan rasa macam, alah, kacau. Memang very, very distracted. Rasa tomato so strong. Rasa masam tomato. Because of it's soggy. Kita tahu, tak boleh letak tomato lah. Kalau nak makan masa tu, baru you letak tomato. Atau dalam tom yum for example, adakah awak letak masa mula-mula you masukkan lauk pauk tu, ayam, udang sebagainya? No. Tomato is actually the final one. So wisdom is actually you are knowing to do what in the right place. You are knowing when to practice this knowledge, so on and so forth. So memang beza kan, knowledge another part, wisdom is another part, and that is actually lead into the mau'izati hasanah. You tahu nak guna macam mana ilmu tersebut, and mau'izati hasanah bila mana you mampu untuk demonstrate the very good attitude atau very good example. Contohnya, okay, ramai orang cakap kan, Jana ni, I want to follow lah cara you pakai, you are kind of very good hijabista. Madam nak belajar lah, boleh tak buat tutorial? So bila buat tutorial, orang minta tutorial shawl, janganlah pergi bagi tutorial bawal pula kan. Bagi benda yang betul dan bagi benda yang mudah. Ni tak, ada 60 step. Okay, sister and brothers, sister lah brother buat apa dengan tutorial kan. Okay, step yang pertama, okay, stay tuned because I have 60 steps. Ada ke orang tengok 60 step pakai tudung simple macam ni? So try untuk bring it into the very fresh idea satu. The second one, yang memang senang lah nak follow. Okay, do you know Khairul Amin for example? Khairul Amin, among my favorite. Khairul Amin dah lama dah dulu, a few years back. How he building up his own branding tau. Dia bukan ambil masa yang setahun dua tau. He branded himself for a few years by giving freely recipe. Dia tahu kan macam mana nak share dulu, wisdom dia hebat sangat. Dia bagi dulu, okay, hi guys, hari ni aku nak masak ini dan ini. Hi guys, hi guys. Semua orang macam, lah Khairul Amin ni resipi dia mudah je. Alah, Madam macam, inilah resipi aku pakai buka dapur kan. For example, cuma Madam tak jadilah Khairul Aminah kan. Okay, so dia bagi freely dekat orang resipi. After the moment bila dia first release his own sambal, what happened? 12 saat boleh habis. Allahu Akbar, hebatnya seorang lelaki yang masak. Faham tak? So this is actually when he know, okay, bila mana masa dia, masa ni aku nak asyurah dan sebagainya. Alright, so this is actually about the dakwah as well. Dakwah lah kan, ajak makan makanan yang halal thayyiban. So this is also one of the dakwah. Okay, dakwah ni dia bukanlah benda yang macam nak Assalamualaikum, we have to know that Allah is only God, tauhid, semua benda tak. Okay, so kita kena tahu macam mana kita nak sesuaikan dengan kita punya keadaan semasa. But it's okay. Baik, it's okay. Yeah, thank you. Alright. So we have to skip sebab dah pukul 3 kan. Alright. Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned the religion is nasihah. And the sahabat asked, to whom? And he said to Allah, to his book, to his messenger, and to the leaders of the Muslim and their common folk. So meaning to say, ad-din nasihah. Our religion is about to say something, to say, to give the advice, to remind. Semua tu adalah tentang agama kita. So that's why kadang-kadang kita pun tak nak jadi sangat sentap lah bila mana orang bagi kita, aku rasa yang tu lagi baik kalau aku pilih yang tu contohnya. Tak payahlah, no, I know my own self. Tak payahlah nak sentak macam tu kan. So this is actually the command of our religion. This is what being highly encouraged by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Kalau tak nak, duduk sorang-sorang lah dalam hutan, be a lone ranger. Alright. Okay, so how to apply in our students' life? How to apply dakwah in students' life? Sebab ramai kata, madam, kita orang ni macam belum sampai capacity lagi nak berdakwah. No, that was only your own excuses. You are blocking your way. You are blocking the mind. Tadi ada orang cakap blocking mind and etc. Kan? So you are the one who limiting your own potential. Sebenarnya, since you mumayyiz, you dah ada tanggungjawab mukallaf, this is actually our role sebenarnya untuk sentiasa menyampaikan kebenaran. Alright. As before, okay. In one of the hadiths, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned from Ibn Mas'ud, indeed Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam get used to give advices in variety ways, so that people would not get bored or avoiding the advice. Yes, exactly. Sebab tu kena guna lawat dakwah, lawat santai, lawat sentak. Dia ada dia punya cara lah. Dia tak boleh lah semestinya kadang-kadang dia sangat the very straightforward. No, dia kena ada kalau dengan orang ni macam ni, dengan orang ni macam ni. So you have to know, okay, kalau aku buat macam ni, for example, as simple that, okay, kita tahu, we do know that, okay, the non-Muslim, they are not reading the Quran kan? Sebab dia macam, Quran, baik kita baca buku kita, for example, but they are reading our own character. Dia akan tengok, Muslim ni, they are making the promise, tapi dia tak tunaikan pun. Ya pula, kata beriman, they are believer. Nampak tak? So they are reading our character. So please, behaving well. Tunjukkan yang mana we are the real Muslim, that we are actually portraying the image of Islam. Exactly. Okay. So how to apply in dakwah students lah is actually, okay. There are 3 categories just now as what we mentioned by Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala kan, mau'izatul hasanah, hikmah, jidal billati hiya ahsan. So semua ni you can just practice out in your daily life. Okay, for example, advisors. So macam tadi lah. Macam tadi Hazim tadi. Hazmi ya. Hazmi, your name or your father's name ni? Kadang-kadang madam agak senang je duk panggil nama ayah tu.
Daniel Hazmi is my name.
Alright, Alhamdulillah, good. So, okay, macam tadi ya, macam mana advice? Okay, ataupun simple kalau you rasa your friend kan, your best friend tadi not really observing aurah kan. So, you bagi je hadiah. Bagi hadiah tudung macam ni, lepas tu bila tengok dia macam tak react, weh, kau dah pakai belum ya? Aku beli ni memang custom made tau untuk kau. Buatlah exaggeration sikit kan. Boleh lah. Tak ada masalah, itu bukan menipu pun sebenarnya kan. Okay. So aku dah beli custom made. Memang aku tengok ni memang first di release ni. Aku tengok ni memang aku ingat kau. Terbayang kau tak bisa cantik kau pakai sebab sesuai dengan your skin tone and etc. So cara kita nasihat lama-lama dipakai kan. Ya Allah weh, cantiknya weh. Macam ramai pula orang puji, cantiknya, you Balkis when you are wearing this shawl. Nampak tak? So lama-lama dia akan rasa macam, because I really love to highlight this. My life punya, what we call, macam kita punya motto lah kan juga. Fake it until you make it. You just macam pretend je lah dulu. Paksa je lah diri dulu untuk suka benda tu. Lama-lama you are going to make it tau. Mula-mula kita akan rasa contoh terperform duha prayer. Mula-mula you akan rasa macam alah, you follow je orang. Dia ni jalan ni buat solat duha lah. Tak apalah, aku buat juga lah. Nanti mana lah pula aku tak buat. Okay. So lama-lama you are going to really make it. You akan rasa macam hari ni tak solat duha lagi lah. You akan rasa macam dia rutin macam part and parcel tau untuk you punya hidup. Tak buat itu macam dosa. Sedangkan it's actually one of the recommended je kan sebenarnya. But we have to know that Prophet Muhammad SAW dah believe solat sunat subuh dengan solat duha. Masya Allah. Sakit macam mana sekalipun Prophet Muhammad memang try untuk fulfill this. Nak kata betapa benda ni adalah a huge ataupun dia macam spotlight lah dalam sunnah Prophet Muhammad SAW. Okay, so fake it until you make it tu. Okay, so the guidance, teaching, education. Macam tadi lah. Nampak dia pakai tudung tak elok selain bagi hadiah tadi kan. You boleh cakap, weh, aku kan jumpa satu cara pakai tudung baru. Cantik lah, weh, jom kita follow nak. Sebenarnya nak ajak dia tutup aurat, tutup dada dan sebagainya yang tak cover tu. Nampak tak dia macam initiative dia lain sikit lah kan. And then about the story, okay. Dan ni Hazmi, dia make up story. Hari tu kan ada kawan aku ni, dia ni cakap tipu. Okay, cakap tipu, dia scam lah dan sebagainya tapi tak sempat. Dia minta maaf, dia accident. Ya Allah, sedih sangat weh. Buatlah drama. Story kan cara dia macam mana. Ataupun nak menasihatkan, for example, how you want to reconcile about to both party. Dua-dua kawan baik awak kan tapi gaduh. Masa muka dan sebagainya. Ataupun you punya siblings kan. Buatlah cerita to make them good, bad. Untuk macam, tahu tak tadi kan Hafiz kan, dia belikan kau makanan. Lepas tu you pergi hantar pula dekat Hafiz. Oh ni daripada Jamil. Nampak tak? So ini macam, finally dia akan jadi reconcile. So hikmah and mau'izah tu hasanah tu dia kena jalan seiring. And good news and reminder for sure lah. Ataupun this is actually very simple because if you keep on posting something good, kan? You have to know that sometimes you might be not realizing you ada followers sendiri. Tapi bila you keep on macam persistently post benda-benda yang elok, memang yang tu, tapi dia kena datang dari diri sendiri lah kan, kena datang dari hati sendiri, hati because from heart it will reach others' heart. So you sharing, lama-lama you akan tahu, you tak perlu tahu pun ada orang yang affected, ada orang yang macam dia suka dah sharing, hari ni dia tak share apa-apa lagi lah, kenapa dia tak sihat ke apa ke kan. So goodness reminder ni you can just use your social media lah sebenarnya sekarang, buat status dan sebagainya tentang something kan. Ada some of people they might be asking me, madam, are we showing off kalau kita tunjuk kita buat baik ini dan ini kan. Contohnya, okay, jom kita sedekah Jumaat, kan? I'm done. Contohnya dia tulis I'm done. Ini riak takabur dan sebagainya. But you have to know some of them, and some in the other senses, this thing is really important juga lah, because who knows from your own action by sharing, you are actually drive ataupun drove others heart to do the same thing. Yang Allah, aku tak buat lagi hari ni. Atau please tak buat because of your sharing. Alright? So this is not about riak dan sebagainya, but if you are putting your intention, you are doing it in the way of Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, you are inviting others to do the same thing, yes, it will be accepted by Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. InsyaAllah, insyaAllah. And wasiat, for sure lah, wasiat kena positive words lah kan. Dia tak boleh nak harsh words sampai ada orang offended dengan you dan sebagainya. Alright, so Allah mention this is actually the very simple lah. Kita baca every time of our class end. From Surah Al-As, ila allazina amanu wa amilus salihat wa tawasaw bil haqq wa tawasaw bis sabr. Memang hidup ini about to remind one to another. Kalau hidup tak boleh remind orang, baiklah kita tak payah nak hidup dalam masyarakat. And you have to know that Allah will always be with the jamaah. Yadullaha ma'al jamaah. Allah akan naungi mereka yang sentiasa dalam keadaan tolong menolong, berjemaah, bersatu dan sebagainya. Okay, so this is what we mean about the guidance and teaching. Sanya announced that which has been revealed to you from your Lord, and if you do not, then you have not conveyed His message, and Allah will protect you from the people. Indeed, Allah does not guide the disbelieving people. Okay, and then stories are, all right, that is the example of the people. How Allah portray so many stories kan about the previous people, previous nation ni dalam Quran. Masa tu kita tahu kan, contohnya in Surah Yusuf kan. In Surah Yusuf is very beautiful because Allah portray the very perfect phases of Yusuf's life. Daripada zaman mula-mula Yusuf AS ini jadi satu bahan unveiled. He been unveiled by his own sibling brothers kan. Macam mana sampai dilempar ke dalam satu well dan sebagainya. Until finally Allah pujuk dia. Macam mana Allah pujuk baginda Nabi Yusuf alaihissalam dengan menjadikan angkat daripada seorang in prison, yang dalam penjara prisoner ni, macam mana boleh jadi seorang orang kanan kepada raja. Masya Allah, betapa hebatnya Prophet Yusuf. So cerita-cerita banyak sangat Allah rakam dalam Al-Quran, and this is actually how we also need to use this kind of method by telling the story. Good news and reminder, yeah. You bring a good tidings and warner. Alright. Okay, some question. Prophetic examples on Mau'izatul Hasanah. Okay, what surah? It's kind of conclude about the sick do recover, the missing do return, trials are eased, and the sad become happy. What surah? Who knows? Who knows what surah? Alah, dah bagi jawapan dah. Surah apa? Tak apalah, dia buat macam you tak nampak lagi. Surah apa, my dear sisters and brothers?
I tak ingat lah ayat berapa, tapi I think it's surah 21, if I'm not mistaken lah, pernah baca.
Surah apa, what?
Surah 21, is it? Chapter 21, ayat berapa tak ingat.
Okay, what surah?
Surah. Surah Al-Anbiya, is it? Not quite.
Sebenarnya Maria dah bagi hint tadi sebenarnya. Or another monster.
Does anyone want to give a try?
Surah Yusuf, yeah, Masya Allah, I'm Najah, Surah Yusuf, yes. This is about Surah Yusuf, whereby Allah mentioned about the sick to recover, yang mana Nabi Yaqub alaihissalam kan, after the he miss a lot Prophet Yusuf, bila mana ada taktik anak-anak dia yang lain untuk beritahu yang Prophet Yusuf ni sebenarnya dah mati dah, makan serigala kan. Sedih sampailah finally he lost his sight, nangis sampai mata buta lah. Tapi finally Allah bagi balik sight Prophet Yaqub alaihissalam. Alright. And then the missing to return, yang hilang kembali, trials are is susah-susah ni, duduk dalam penjara pun kena fitnah, dah lah hilang family, and then kena fitnah, duduk dalam penjara kan, tapi trials are is, and the sad become happy. Finally Prophet Yusuf reunited with his family. Alright, and what prophet about this? Apa tu? Comelnya. What's that?
Prophet Ibrahim, is it?
Ya, Masya Allah, Prophet Ibrahim alaihissalam. Tentang kisah Prophet Ibrahim ini yang dilemparkan ke dalam api, tetapi yes, qulna ya rukuni bardan wa salaman. Memang tak, api tu dengan izin Allah tak bagi efek. Yes, we have to know that nothing that will affect us without the permission of Allah Subhanahu wa taala. Qulna ya narukuni bardan wa salaman ala Ibrahim, insya-Allah. So this is about the Prophet's absolute mu'izzatul hasanah, sincerity and loyalty to his mission despite the terrible odds. So yeah. And also another mu'izzatul hasanah, Umar al-Khattab radhiyallahu anhu, and a poor woman's daughter. She forbade her mother, who insisted her to add some water to the milk, since the milk that they earned was not enough for their expenses. Nak jual apa-apa pun janganlah macam kita dok declare kata, oh this is actually makanan sunnah, ayat ru'yah dan sebagainya. Pernah tak dengar ada satu daging yang telah diru'yah. Daging diru'yah kenapa? Belilah daging-daging yang telah diru'yah, dia punya binatang ternakan tu diletakkanlah satu kandang and then dibuka radio tau, atau buka bacaan ayat Quran. So daging ini halal selamat untuk mereka sebab diru'yah. So kadang-kadang we are taking for granted lah. Yang tu pun nak memperjualkan agama dan sebagainya. So we have to be very telus lah sebenarnya. Tak boleh nak macam ni lah. The very good action by the daughter yang mana janganlah campurkan air kan. Tak boleh lah sebenarnya. Tak jujur lah. Alright, the Prophet ﷺ say how wonderful is the affair of the believer, for his affairs are all good, and this applies to none but the believer. If something good happened to him, he is thankful for it, and that is good for him. If something bad happened to him, he bears it with the patience. So, my dear sister and brother, you are having this strong weapon nowadays. You are having your, just like at your fingertips kan. You nak apa, you ada Facebook, you ada YouTube, you ada Google, you ada Disney Hotstar. Tiba-tiba Disney Hotstar pula kan. So, yeah. You are among the one who are channeling the very good vibe, the very good example, okay? No wonder dah sekarang kan, you can see the youngster ni muda-muda lagi, they are making money jadi YouTuber. Making money is another thing lah, tapi how yang ramai sangat followers kan, sebab dia just buat reels kok, macam simple je, tapi because they are sharing their benefits daripada orang tak tahu, oh ini cara nak baca ayat Quran ni. Tajuk tapi langkah dia sangat santai. Jaza anil husna contohnya. Kalau tak pernah tahu macam mana nak baca ayat ni kan, jaza in husna ke apa kan. So adanya orang share macam tu. Oh, ni bacaan ni adalah jaza anil husna. So dapatlah tahu. Alright. So yeah, this is about our macam mana we are going to manifest this mu'izzatul hasanah. We have to put Allah on the top. We have to balance our physical, social and mental, emotional lah. Alright. So nowadays we are having the mental illnesses is for real. So please keep ourselves to be all the time sane and happy. Life is too short to be sad on, to be depressed on and whatnot. Na'udzubillah min zalik. And then we have to balance Rabbaniyah, the center of the God-centered, the need of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, also how Allah Subhanahu wa Taala fulfill our need towards His Syariah. Allah tak ada burden ke kita pun. So sebab itu dia tak ada pun Allah nak siksa kita sebenarnya kan. So we have to balance our spiritual body and mind, and only we are about to manifest our own mu'izzatul hasanah. Alright. So last from me, madam, insyaAllah.
Remember, spending is not only monetary. You can spend so many things in the cause of Allah. You can give in kind. And at the same time, you can spend from your character. What's the point of giving money, but you have bad character, bad behavior, you brag, you hurt people? Allah says, قَوْلٌ مَعْرُوفٌ وَمَغْفِرَةٌ خَيْرٌ مِّن صَدَقَةٍ يَتْبَعُهَا أَذًى. To say a good word and to forgive people is better than a charity that is followed by bad words. Did you hear what Allah said? To say a good word and to forgive people is better than a charity, better than all the money you have, better than everything you want to give, if it is followed by a bad word. I gave and I bragged about it.
All right, my dear sisters and brothers, can you get something from the sharing just now, the very short sharing just now by Mufti Meng? We meant by Mufti Meng just now. Yes, sister and brother, we are towards the end of the sharing, not worry, please. So the final one, what we meant by Mufti Meng just now? The very good emphasis and highlight just now from the video.
There's no point in giving away like sedekah or anything where even you or even yourself of a bad behavior brag about your wealth and everything.
Exactly.
That's like the major what Mufti Meng like emphasize about just now.
Exactly, very good. So can you imagine to just forgive the people, to be good? It's better than all the charity that we did. Sometimes we love to keep on giving charity kan, sebab macam oh okay you are investing your wealth to the way of Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Kita tahu charity is highly needed kan, but we might forget about sometimes in our heart we are not really forgiving somebody. Kita betul-betul maafkan orang ataupun kita betul-betul ikhlas dengan orang dan sebagainya kan. Ada ataupun mungkin we are choosy. Kita boleh orang ni kita okay treatment yang ni macam biasa-biasa je dan sebagainya. So you have to know that being good with people really beneficial to the people also among the good deeds that better from the giving the charity. Alright, so came back to the idea just now, be balanced. All right. Keep on spending the good things, all right, spending the love, and then this be good example. Good example, as simple as you are saying something good, or if you are unable to say something good, just keep silent. All right. So thank you, my dear sister and brother. I'm so sorry for any kind of shortcoming, any kind of technical difficulties lah. Madam tak boleh nak buat itu, ini dan sebagainya. I'm so sorry if my session is quite not that energetic or whatnot, but I'm trying my best by the will of Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. So thank you, my dear Daniel Hazmi and Janani as the moderators for today. And ila liqa. Madam do pray that may every one of you who participated in this Ibadah Camp for this session will be blessed by Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, and inshallah will be eased by Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala not only in the dunyavi affairs, but inshallah in the akhirawi affairs as well. So, but before that, is there any question? Because we still have 7 minutes, kan?
Yeah, we will proceed to the Q&A session.
Is there any question? Madam will try to answer.
So to the participants, we have come to the Q&A session. So you may unmute your mic and speak up, or if you're too shy to do so, you may just leave your question in the chat box. And to those who are watching live from YouTube, you may leave your questions in the comment sections below so that we can read it out to Ustazah Shazni, inshallah. To the participants who are here live with us in the Zoom meeting, you may just unmute your mic and speak up your voice, because Ustazah Shazni already mentioned that she prefers the two-way conversations, right? So let's make it come through.
Anyone? And hopefully everything is really clear to every one of you. Yes, Aisha Sufi, you are saying something. Are you saying something? All right. Yes, nak tanya je. Buka mic je, my dear. It's okay.
Aisha, you may unmute your mic and open up your camera as well if you're free.
Kalau turn on the camera lagi best, semua orang boleh selfie together. But suppose lah. Alhamdulillah we are done with the Ibadah Camp. Masya Allah. Quality ibadah lepas ni lagi hebat. Okay, we are waiting for the question. Don't forget Janani, tadi siapa yang dapat tadi? Boleh tak? Cuba type nama madam kat sini 013. Tak apa madam boleh type tu, saja je madam ni kan. 4.5. Minta dengan madam tau. So madam is actually one of my premise before. Siapa nama tadi?
Nurliana Azlin.
Okay, nanti text madam Aliana. If someone did something forbidden, then we to go the person, but end up she or he bandingkan dosa yang dia buat dengan dosa yang dia tak buat. Okay, alright. Dah habis tarik belum Maya? Tu soalan ke? Madam tak dapat lagi poin soalan dia. Okay, but should we just keep on advising her? Alright, very good. Okay, so according to one of the hadis by Prophet Muhammad SAW, kan ada satu hadis yang Prophet kata, kita kena betulkan dengan tangan. Okay, kalau tak mampu betulkan dengan tangan tu kan nak pergi lempang terus dan sebagainya. We are trying our best to use our own capacity atau kita guna kita punya power lah sebenarnya kan. Kalau tak mampu kita guna kita punya lidah, tang. Kalau tak mampu juga dah buat dah juga, kita akan gunakan yang selemah-lemah iman. Nabi kata selemah-lemah iman adalah mendoakan dalam hati. But it's supposed to do the other dulu lah. Memang kadang-kadang kalau kita dah buat, kadang-kadang mungkin the treatment we have to expect juga lah. Mungkin dia akan treat kita harshly later on lah kan. But it's okay. We did our best. Kita tahu kita buat apa dan kita buat kenapa. Bukanlah kita nak buat, dia lain tau. Kalau kita buat memang kita nak malukan dia, tu akan jadi lain lah. Tapi kalau kita buat, memang kita nak buat untuk kita betulkan dia, nak islah. Nak bagi teguran dan sebagainya. Yang kita tahu, we are actually doing under our own capacity. Kita buat dengan cara kita lah, tak adalah nak malukan depan orang ramai dan sebagainya kan. So kalau kita dibandingkan dosa yang dibuat dengan dosa yang dia tak buat, tak boleh lah. So this is actually very abstract kan, because Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala is the only one who can measure. Sebab tu jugalah kalau kita contohnya kan Daniel atau perjalanan ni kita buat salah, kita buat silap yang lampau, tak perlu pun kita untuk cerita dekat orang ramai. Sebab Allah dah jaga dah aib kita kan. So coming back to the Aisyah punya soalan, kita bagi je kalau kita dah pernah nasihat dan dia memang in denial, kita buatlah pula selemah-lemah iman, kita doakan dia dengan cara yang terbaik. Sooner or later insyaAllah Allah will be the one who will guide him or guide her in a very good condition lah. Alright, thank you very good Aisyah. I believe that you are really good, Alhamdulillah. Okay, is it okay if we don't do anything about our religion, like we don't spread anything about Islam to the other person? Alright, good. So my dear sister and brothers, we have to know dakwah is not necessarily to find a non-Muslim and then to let her reverting into Islam. Dia bukan macam tu tau. As simple as you are upholding the real image of a Muslim, itu pun sebenarnya you already spreading the good things about Islam. Kena faham dulu Islam tu macam mana, the exact way of Islam. And then kita bawa image Islam yang betul. Itu selain kita kata kita tak spread anything kan. Kadang-kadang you punya sharing, you punya story, you pun dah bawa dah image Islam tu sebenarnya. Contoh paling simple, Alhamdulillah dan masak untuk iftar hari ni. Bila orang tengok balik iftar, buka puasa, ini hari Khamis. Oh, dia ni puasa sunat lah. Orang tak tahu dia tu puasa ganti for example kan. So nampak tak? Itu pun you are spreading. Waktu isteri depan pun orang kata, alah aku nak puasa sunat jugalah. Aku ingat lah itu Kamilia dia share dalam video story. Another question, madam boleh tak saya tahu apa maksud Islam datang dalam keadaan terasing and Islam juga pergi dalam keadaan terasing. Okay, in the very beginning Islam itu datang dalam keadaan orang yang tak boleh terima kan. Sebab tu ada beberapa level kan. Ada level Asiriyah dengan Jahriyah. Ada Nabi 10 tahun dalam keadaan sembunyi kan, untuk menyebarkan agama Islam dalam keadaan sembunyi. 13 tahun Nabi baru dah start untuk spread Islam dalam keadaan terang-terangan. So Islam tu juga akan pergi dalam keadaan yang asing. Tadi tu asing orang tak nak terima kan Islam itu kan, nanti dia pergi dalam keadaan asing. Mana kata ramailah orang-orang yang macam memandang sepi Islam, yang tak yang akan reject Islam dan sebagainya. Alamak, banyaknya soalan. Lagi satu ni. Lagi 1 minit dan soalan yang last Hanif Azmi. Contoh kalau ada kawan yang bermaksiat, kita tahu if kita tegur dia akan jauhkan dari diri kita, and kalau kita nak stay dengan dia, kita tak boleh direct tegur dia. Which one better? Tak payah takut dengan kita punya wadu. Tu je sebenarnya. Try the best way you know him well. Kita tahulah macam mana the best way. Tapi janganlah macam you tahu dia ni tak boleh nak terima kasar-kasar. You type ke, bagi dia contoh, bagi dia link movie kan, yang macam ada sikit cerita pasal dia kan, supaya dia macam lah macam aku lah, for example. Tapi kalau dia stay, dia keep, dia pilih untuk jauhkan dia dakwah, tak ada masalah. Kita just doakan. Alright? Okay, so thank you, Daniel Hazmi. I pass to you. Thank you, my dear sisters and brothers.
All right, that's it. Thank you, Saza Tuan Shazni, for the amazing sharing about Ma'idatul Hasanah. And I'm sure that every single one of us who are here watching here and also live on YouTube has been enlightened more upon what is da'wah and what is jihad and what is it to be a good role model, or in my words, I would say the artis ataupun seorang idol Muslim kepada orang lain. Macam tu. Just I want to share three verses from the Quran that I really relate with Ustaz Shazni sharing. Number one is from Surah Baqarah chapter 2 verse 193 that Allah mentioned and wants us to perform jihad in any way we could. As simple as asking our friends to stop playing games and studying, do their assignments, up to asking them, ajak diorang to do some good stuff that related with baca Quran, do Qiyamul Lail and stuff. All those things are, as long as it relates to Islam and doing something good, it's also recalls as jihad. And Allah also sambung lagi dalam surah ketiga, surah Al Imran, verse 110, which is the seruan to be the best. If not us, IIM students, who else would be the best role model for us Muslims and for those who are non-Muslims out there? If not us, who will be? So we already have the privilege to enhance ourselves, to improve ourselves, to become a better Muslim day by day. So let us not waste this chance. And lastly, from Surah Al-Baqarah juga, verse 286, that every single one of us, in order for us to change, to become a better Muslims, Allah will for sure test us. And for that, Allah will never burden us with something that He knows that we can't hadap benda tu. Atau bahasa Melayu je, Allah tidak akan membebankan seseorang hamba itu melebihi pada kemampuannya sendiri. So if you're going through hardships in life, if you're going to downfalls, you're going to burnouts and stuff, just keep in mind that Allah knows what's best for you. And the reason why Allah is testing you is because He loves you. And that is the most precious, most gracious love ever that you can ever achieve in this world. So with that, we had reached to the end our session for the virtual Ibadah Camp. Thank you again, Ustazah Tuan Shazni, for the amazing sharing. Thank you for all the participants from live from YouTube and also in here in the Zoom meeting for the awesome commitment, even though there's a bit of glitches throughout the day, but it's okay. This is a new norm for us to be living in a digitalized world, right? So I hope that one day we can meet face to face in the campus, inshallah, one day. So with that, Janani, do you have anything to say, to add on?
Okay, just a reminder again, please fill in your attendance that has been posted in the chat box. This one will consider as your star point. It's really important, okay? So before that, don't straight away leave. So wait for a while. So after this, we'll have a photo session, right? After the ending. So that is all from us. Sorry if there were any shortcomings that caused. I'm Janani Arifah binti Muhammad Jalaluddin.
I'm Daniel Hazmi Hamizi, and we are your masters of ceremony for today's, and would like to end today's virtual Ibadah Camp with Tasbih Kafarah Surah Al-As. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Yes?
Sorry.
Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Wal 'asr innal insana fi khusr illa alladhina amanu wa salihat wa tawassaw bil haqq wa tawassaw bis sabr. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Don't forget to follow the CFS IIM Instagram page, YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe, and also if you want to follow us MC Che, so you can follow us. We will leave our Instagram IDs in the comments below. Thank you. Stay safe everyone. May God bless you all every day. Godspeed.